I received new guests.
Okay, are we
According to this.
do we connect live?
Yes.
Okay, hi, we're here at Origins. We're going to be telling people that we're recording, but not necessarily live streaming because we don't want to make them nervous. Okay, I see Kittens versus Corgis, and I loved them last year. I would love to check them out again.
Okay, lead the way.
They're literally right there in front of you.
Well, that makes it easy then, now doesn't it? Hello.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Please tell us of your Kittens and Corgis game.
Yeah, so Kittens versus Corgis, you're playing, it's either a kitten influencer or a corgi influencer. The goal is to get the most followers by the end of the game. So you'll see follower counts on the cards. You're going around attacking other players, trying to steal their followers and make them discard their followers. You can protect yourself from being attacked with defense cards, and some of the defense cards will even attack the player that attacked you back. So it goes back and forth a lot. It's very fast-paced. Yeah. Slightly chaotic.
Like all social media is.
Yes. Yeah.
So, is it generally a 2v2? I'm sorry, 1v1, a two-player game?
So it can be a two-player game. It can go up to 5 players right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty fast-paced. It probably takes about half an hour to play a full round once you know the cards.
Okay, so yeah, obviously first game will be different, but
Yeah.
Plays 2 to 5 people, takes give or take somewhere in the 30-45 minute area, depending on how many people you have?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Why don't can you get the cards on the other side where they're all just
Yeah, all the cards.
Let's see. Annoying influencer. Banned. Bot purge. Identity theft. How dastardly. Pet domination. Fan club. We're all about that.
So there's more cards than just these. It's just kind of a theme.
Oh yeah, this is just the general display of things.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, these are
These are all the different types of cards.
Yeah,
So
account
these
verified, blocked.
These are the attack cards, the defense cards. These are the attack defense combo cards. These are special cards. Most of them are just worth points. There are some trap cards. If you pull a trap card, you have to deal with it immediately. And then this is a special and defense type card.
Simp army?
Yeah. So you play it face down, like a decoy defense card, so people think you're potentially playing a defense card, but you flip it over, and what it does is it gives you a fan club card instead. And fan club cards can be used to protect your high value cards. So Derp Face, that is the highest value in the game. So that is the one that you would want to, one of the ones that you would want to protect with the fan club.
And obviously, the more you play the game, the more you'll know what card's going to suit you best.
Yeah. So it's easy to pick up it's easy enough to pick up like when you just first start. But once you really know the cards, you can use a lot more strategy in the game.
Just like being a real social influencer.
Exactly.
Oh, this is so cute, though.
But yeah, so it's based on my cat and a corgi that I used to have. So it's very near and dear to my heart.
What were their names?
Smokey and Skippy.
Oh, I'm guessing Skippy's the corgi?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
they're the main characters of the game.
That's fantastic. Oh, well, again, thank you so much for sharing with us.
And is this available now?
Yes, it is available now.
And what is your going retail price?
It's $24.99.
Wonderful. Okay, and I'm guessing at the moment it's just the core base game, no expansions, nothing else like that yet.
Yeah, there is an expansion that is made. Just waiting for this to take off, and then I'll.
No, it's okay. We will do what we can.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, where are we heading next?
Just a minute.
Oh, there's so much going on here. There's a Grand Blue Fantasy game. And let's see. I think we're at the back now.
I'm trying to tell you something away from everybody. You don't need to record people talking because we're mostly going to cut this up for B-roll later. We're not going to really hear what they were saying, so it's not helpful. perfect.
Yep, we're here. We're here. We're still going.
Okay, all right.
I see another dog over here with a
All
teapot.
right, so you want to go take a look?
Absolutely, I do. Oh, I was mistaken. That is a llama. But I did correctly identify the teapot. So.
Lord Alfred
Would you like to go with me on a llama picnic? Sweet alpaca lunch.
Wait, what was his name?
It's Colonel Alfred Papa.
Colonel.
He is a globe-trottering gentleman.
Yes.
All of these sophistication. Yes, he's also sporting our company's pin, Origins pin
Oh
for
my
this
goodness.
year, which is
Look at
the
that cutie.
Office of
Office of
Special.
Special Infusions.
That's
We're
adorable.
a loose leaf tea company for over 10 years now, and we have just dipped our toes into card gaming.
Oh wow. So you were
So
actually
wait,
company
yeah.
first and said like, you know what this needs?
More cards.
That's wonderful.
And you're this is legit. You're not punking us. You guys made a loose leaf tea
Absolutely, it's over there.
and still make loose leaf tea
It's over there.
You can
And just-
find us
and just-
at, 1809 is actually our booth number.
and just decided we need to do card games now.
We
I was spawned from an idea, but
we've done Origins for so long. We decided we could probably make a game, and so we just put our heads together, brainstormed some ideas, and we came up with a thing. We got an artist, and we sat down like, let's try making a card game. And so we made a card game called Biscuits and Battles. It is a game that is based on the civil and ancient art of tea dueling.
tea dueling.
Yes, the art of settling grievance with civility and tea. And we just do it in card form now.
Say, before you had my interest, now you have my attention. So please tell us the general premise. How many people does it play, and roughly how long would a round take?
So up to 4 people can play, just as you would in a tea duel. The official cookie for the biscuit for tea dueling is the Pepperidge Farm Chessman biscuit, and so we have our chess pieces here. So you choose your weapon, and then you each one gets a dice. We then take these cards numbered 0 all the way to 12, and you decide who the first active player is. The first active player, you can do so through civil discussion, or traditionally in a tea duel, one hurls insults to try to get someone to shake and drop their cookie. Civil insults, because this is a game after all. We want to try to keep it nice. This is only a game. And once you get your first active player, the active player deals each player 3 cards, and then everyone's allowed to look at their card. After the cards are dealt, the remainder of the cards are then revealed for the table. And would you look at that?
Whoopsie doopsie, you've gone and muffed
We got a muffed up again.
again.
So, because we revealed the 0, each player would then begin the round with a crumb. We have a little D6, counts all the way from 1 to 6 with a glorious little on-brand pin helmet. And every time you get a crumb, every time you lose, so like if I were to play a 2 and you were to play anything higher than a 2, you would win and I would
Take a crumb.
take a crumb. And you play all the way up to the pith helmet. Once you get to 6, your cookie has crumbled and you're out of the duel.
Oh.
And so you play Battle Royale style to the last duelist stands.
Okay, that's really
So,
cute.
Glorious. Chat wants me to know that the hat is. I'm sorry, doesn't want to llama you, but the hat is adorable.
Oh,
Goodness.
okay, I hadn't heard that one.
We do appreciate it.
Never
We
been
appreciate
llama.
it.
Thanks, chat. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Chat?
So it's an incredibly fast setup. Each round is about maybe 5 minutes. Once everyone picks it up and learns how to play, you can knock out several games in a row. It's great if you're waiting in line for tickets, or if you're waiting for a Q&A, or you've got some time to kill. Bust out the card games, go through several rounds.
Well, that is.
Just
Sounds-
whimsical fun.
I say sounds glorious. I'm a big fan of fast learn, fast play, and especially if when somebody loses, you can immediately start up a new game and okay, let's try it again.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Setup is this easy. You just take these cards when everybody's done. All right, pick your cookies. I'll go first. Deal it out. We've already started a new game.
And yes, chessman cookies for this. And sorry, you said Colonel Alfred Paca?
Yes.
I love it. Again, the
Charting adventurer, lover of all things sophistication and tea.
glorious. Okay, this has been fantastic. This is from Tea Punk Teas. It is called Biscuits and Battles. And we will hopefully see you on the floor later on. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having us. Oh, where to go next? I can find an empty table really quick.
I didn't mean like no. I meant an empty table, as in nobody's there getting the dinner.
Oh, not a table that doesn't have
Not a
something.
let's hang out table.
I see.
But once you kind of complete the first stair, you're going to open like a new box.
This is Rocket Forge.
Join us.
Chicken fried dice.
I think that next to us seems to be looking for people to do.
Oh, this looks very physical.
It is. Yes.
Okay,
Very tactile.
so tell us of what I will be calling the Sprocket Forge.
Yeah. So in Sprocket Forge, you're playing as the owner of a magic factory, where you've got a bunch of enchanted gears that produce mana, so that you can complete your orders for your customers, which is like enchanting items to become magical. The whole point of the game is to gain the most renown from your factory. So
The most name brand of mana.
Yes, exactly. So the way it works is on your turn, you can choose to produce, plan, or petition. So producing is you get to use your gears to create the mana. That's the actual creation part. So if you did that, you activate all of the gears, all of the sectors on the bottom of your gears. So here, I would get a rock. I get to transmute, which means I can grab something from someone else. I have a water, another water. And then this is stored mana, but I get to get that back when it comes back around.
Okay.
So at this point, then I can complete orders. So I can complete this with two air mana. I can complete this with 2 water mana, and then this is a wild mana, so I can do that. So whenever you complete stuff, you get the rewards. So there's points, there's more upgrades. That's what these ones are. You can get more enchantments that you can put on there if I wasn't full already. But then every time.
Oh, so are we kind of like in an in-progress game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is like in progress. Yeah.
Okay.
So the one thing you have to watch out for is whenever you complete an order, all the mana goes up into your vent here. And that represents kind of like the magical pollution that you're putting off into the environment. So you really have to keep an eye on that, because you'll upset the noble houses down here if you stay too far off.
I was expecting like the magical EPA or something like that.
More or less, yeah. Yeah, you're. They don't.
Oh, is magic not a renewable resource?
The nobles, they just don't really like it very much when you're poisoning the populace. You know? So if you keep going, if I were to fill this up completely and just keep throwing more mana in there, now for every one, I can't fit any more in there. Now I get -1 victory point for every single one I throw in there. So it starts to get really punishing. But the reason this is important here is the petition action. So you can petition the noble houses for favors, basically, and they give you. So they basically give you extra renown, and they also give you these like special abilities that you get when you petition. So like this one is just taken upgrades. That's one of the upgrade tiles that you can slot in to your machine. Now, these houses care a lot about your pollution, so these ones will only deal with people who are in the green there. So you have to have green or less. These people are fine if you've got green or orange. And then the purple houses, they don't care. They'll deal with anyone. And then the last one is just planning, which is pretty straightforward. You're just taking cards from the market, and you're also getting rid of a little bit of exhaust. So that's one of the ways you can get rid of exhaust. There's other ways.
As always, it's going to be a balancing act of
Exactly.
of being able to produce while not. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
What is the playtime for the average game?
Probably about 60 to 90 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Now the thing that drew me in is, again, I feel there's a certain physicality to it. Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So how does spinning the gears factor into how the game is played? 'Cause I can see that there are blank areas in certain gears. You've got different symbols on different tiles. So
Yeah.
I'm going to assume their position is in fact important.
It is, absolutely. So at the end of your turn, no matter what you choose to do, you have to rotate your gears one click. And you also can't have any mana left over in your mana pool. So it either has to get exhausted, or you can store it on your gears. So that's kind of where the storage on your gears comes into play. So you can kind of spare yourself a little exhaust, and eventually it'll come back around and help you out. You have to wait for it. Yeah, you do have to wait for it. So basically every round you're turning it. There are also follow actions, so when one player takes an action and everyone else gets a little bit of a bonus, you can also choose to rotate your gears again if you're trying to like get to a certain position.
But things that are stored over will come back around to you, and
Yeah.
you can, I guess, at least try to plan for the future.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, so that's pretty much the long and short of Rocket Forge. Pretty simple mechanics, but there's a lot of depth to the game.
Oh yeah, as always, easy to pick up, tough to master.
Exactly.
The more you play, the more you learn, the more you get to know the cards.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wonderful, makes perfect sense.
That is a fantastic ribbon you guys have. I take it that's one of
Thanks.
yours.
Yes. Yep. These are ours. Yep. So Grinder of Gears is our Rocket Forge ribbon.
Fantastic.
And then we're Sophisticated Cerberus, so Soft Serb is our shortened name.
Awesome-tastic. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
And where to next?
I guess the next place.
Look at all this.
Whoever looks ready to have.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Got a couple of seconds to check out our board game?
Yes, please.
All right. So this
Sage
is our,
Stone.
This
It
is
was
our
so
board
pretty.
game.
I thought
Sage
it was
Stone.
like a table or some kind
It's
of fancy.
essentially an art piece.
We are making a very cool art piece that just happens to be a compelling board game. So this is our Sage Stones game. It comes in two main versions. We have our heirloom quality solid wood resin poured version, and we come in two different styles: the Celtic Dragon and the North American map. And then we have our leather scroll, more transportable version of the game. And the way Sage Stones is played, the goal of the game is to get your pieces on the board before anybody else gets their pieces on, all of your pieces on the board, before anybody else gets all their pieces on the board. And we do that by rolling these dice. They're D3, so it's 1, 2, 3 twice on them. We're gonna roll this guy and we're gonna add it up. In this case, I got a 4. So I take my piece, I can put it anywhere I want in column 4. Not on the number. And then we're gonna pass the dice, other people are gonna roll, they're gonna get different numbers, and eventually we'll get a situation where I can sandwich somebody like this. When I make the sandwich, this piece comes off the board, goes back into their pool, and they have to put it back on the board. You can do it vertically, diagonally, horizontally. The board also wraps on the long edge, so you can take somebody out just like this.
Oh, interesting.
If you're really, really paying attention, you can do it just like that. And do a diagonal across the
Oh.
It's tough to see, but it happens. If everybody else is being really nice to you and they go and line themselves up just like this, as long as there's no empty spaces and you make a sandwich between your two colors or your one color, you take out everybody.
Oh, wow.
So you can take a whole columns, whole rows that way.
Oh, I imagine that could get really
It gets
interesting.
fun. It gets
Sometimes
very,
all the pieces go down and then boom, the whole row goes.
the whole row goes. Along with that, there's some dice shenanigans. If you roll a triple of any of the digits, you get to put your piece on the board and then roll again. You can do that as many times as you roll triples. And if you roll a 1, 2, 3,
You don't put any piece on the board. You skip your turn and you pass the dice.
Oh, so 1, 2, 3 is womp womp womp.
Well, that's
womp.
exactly what that is. And so along with all of that stuff, this is an amazing art piece.
And you
So
can
we
hang
went
it up.
and we engraved all the instructions on the back. We serialize each one because everyone is unique. And then yes, we have the routing groove in the back. This comes out of the box once. You throw away my expensive box and hang this on the wall, never to go back in the box again.
I love that.
And
So
that
how many-
is Sage Stones.
How many people do you need to play?
So it's 2 to 6 players. It plays best with like 3 to 5. If you have 6 players, we go down to 8 pieces. Otherwise, the game can kind of go on forever. And with 2 players, unless you want it to, of course, yeah, it can go on forever.
At your own
At your
peril.
own peril. If you want a 4-hour game, but it's very satisfying when you win that 4-hour game.
Like,
If you play with 2 players, we do 2 colors.
Yeah.
Just 'cause otherwise
There we go. And now, does that mean you take a turn for each color, or
Yes.
You alternate.
You alternate your colors.
And if either of your colors win, you win.
Yes, but they do interact with each other just the same as if it were a
So
four-player game.
that being the case, if we had one of those moments where you were talking about how it's very easy to suddenly sandwich multiple colors, if that includes your alternate color, it does still go.
It's like it's a separate person.
So the way I like to think of it is I use one color to like attack the other player's pieces, and one color I'm trying to play defensively with.
Yeah, my only real issue is I can visually see wrapping it side to side. I'm worried I would set something up, and then all of a sudden, like 2 turns later, I'd say, "Oh, I was supposed to do this."
There's a little bit of a learning curve, or I don't know, some strategic learning you have to do in order to like really see some of the trickier things that happen.
So
That also keeps it kind of interesting.
So last question, really quick, for the sake of my brain. What happens if I do that?
It goes both
When
ways.
if you place this piece,
You take out those two.
Okay,
if,
so
however,
you-
these were already there and you only placed this piece, it's just this one, right? And
Oh, okay.
if-
So
and
it's
if-
when well that
it's when
well
you
this
make the sandwich.
this should not exist.
Right. So, but it's
Outside
when,
of-
No.
it's
You
when
could
you make the sandwich.
if you-
If I rolled a 4 and I'm yellow, I could place it here because it's very safe. Because
Yes.
it's only when you make the sandwich.
When you make a
Oh, that's
So you can
And
put
no-
pieces.
that's
in.
really
And
important
the way
to
I
know
joke
too.
too, and the other way I joke about it too is no holes in the sandwich, right? This is not a sandwich. That's the sandwich.
Yeah.
Right. Which
Holes in Swiss cheese, not a
So you,
sandwich.
you get all
exactly.
sorts of fun
I want a
interactions.
full sandwich.
Thank you.
Well, let me ask the potentially scary question. What is the price point on this one versus this
Oh,
one?
because it's it's so nice.
We are selling these for $199.
Okay.
Here at the convention on our website, they're $225 because we pay shipping. And then the scrolls are $49.99.
Okay. So there is a definitely very affordable option.
There's much more affordable for that
But everybody
one.
wants the fine art.
Oh yeah.
all the
All the
color, all the
pieces come
pieces, and the dice and instructions.
Yeah. And although, yeah, can we take a look at this? Yeah. If you don't mind, I'm trying to make sure I get all this in frame because
Yeah, no, go right ahead.
Make sure you turn it over on the back because it has a design on the back too.
You sandwich
Oh
them
my gosh, that is gorgeous.
horizontal or
They're all hand done. So, well, you know, these ones are all the boards are hand done. So they're all a little different. There could be 2 boards. They might not look exactly the same, but they're done.
Yeah, no, when we were walking by, I'm like, is this tabletop accessories? It's too pretty.
as if you
Oh.
picked up this
oh no, that
Cool, yeah, it's a coffee table thing. You just leave it out.
and then that
You don't have to put it away.
no, and it's one of the things that we've been talking about recently is we've been noticing that there's a lot of classic games that are essentially doing their, hey, here is our super premium version of something. Pseudo comes to mind. They had their super deluxe Castle Crashers just did one with like the 3D everything. And, oh, they're
We
so
started
nice.
with this. Those came later.
Yeah,
Still,
we started with-
good call.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, that
You're
was
welcome.
fantastic.
You need a card? You got
Yes.
a picture?
Oh yeah, let's
take a
get this-
picture,
yeah,
or you
let's
can
get
have
this-
the card.
We'll take the card. But let's get that in there really quick.
Very cool. All
Thank you.
right, thank you very much.
Oh, thanks for having us.
no, these are all these are all
Okay. Just our random Transformers Robo Rally just standing right there. Yep, that is somebody's stuff.
Hey,
Hello there.
how are you doing?
Not too bad. We are apparently looking at Panda Royale. Please tell us of your wonderful Panda game.
Well, I would love to. So this is a game for 2 to 12 players.
Did you say 12?
I said 10. You didn't hear
Sorry,
12.
let me tell
I
you,
said 10.
Did you say 10?
I said 10. 2 to 10 players.
Man,
I can do
if
numbers.
if the two of us can wrangle 8 friends.
Listen, my flight came in at 4 a.m. I'm not going to say all the wrong things.
You're doing wonderful.
2 to 10 players.
2 to 10 players.
It's a dice rolling, dice drafting game with a surprising amount of little strategy and social manipulation. So the main idea is you'll be rolling dice over 10 rounds to get the highest score. You'll add a new die to your hand every round. So by the end, you're rolling 10 dice. And each color of die has a different property and scores differently, and that's where the fun comes from. The yellow dice, for instance, whoever has the highest yellow roll gets to draft first the next round.
Okay.
The blue dice, there's the most of them, they're very plentiful. They just add up at face value, but if you have a glittery one, they double, right? So
there's a cheat sheet here.
yeah, there's a score sheet. Everyone has their own score sheet. You'll be rolling your dice, keeping score as you go, trying to get the highest score. Some of the dice even let you steal from someone else, right? So there's a lot of little interactions going on, a lot of social kind of strategy as you figure out what someone else is going to want and try to block them.
I'll do this if you do this kind of stuff.
Yes, a lot of that. We got to team up to block someone because they're trying to shoot the moon, so to speak, right? Things like that. So plays in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you've got a big group. Because it's hard to get people to decide. But
no, analysis paralysis is real. We are very familiar with that.
But it's very quick, great filler game if you're playing some heavier games with a group, or if you just want to have a bunch of friends over that don't play a ton of games. It's a great kind of a gateway thing that way.
And if it was say like just the two of us or three of us, how long would that
20
take?
minutes.
About 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Is this a sticker?
No, that's the little advantage token. It's who goes first, basically, yeah.
Okay, so this is our first turn marker. Fantastic.
Yes.
I love it, I love it, I love it. We'll take one of these business cards.
There's a QR code on the back for you.
Oh.
Anybody who needs it?
Oh, hang on. There we go. Got it in focus finally. Okay, so dice drafting with a bit of social experimentation. That is Panda Royale. Thank you so much for having us. Get some sleep tonight.
Thanks.
Okay, Lords of Baseball. Let's see if he's in the middle right now. I can't tell. I think the T thing is good.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Village the Village? What do you think?
I cannot tell if he is entertaining someone right now.
Yeah, I'm having trouble telling myself.
Absolutely.
Hello there.
If you have any questions.
No, that's the thing. Please give us the spiel of pillaging the village.
All right. Pillage the Village is a 2 to 6 player game where you play as one of 6 different dragons, trying to build the largest hoard of gold in the land.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention now.
Yep.
Okay.
Once you pick one of the dragons, you pick their corresponding lair, and each of these little dragon hands have all of the cards with the actions that you can do in your game, whether that's pillaging the village, protecting your lair, or stealing from one of the other dragons. There are no turns because dragons do not wait in lines. So everything proceeds in phases where every player takes all the same actions of the phase at the same time. The first is picking what action you're going to do in a phase. You flip it over, all the players perform those actions, so you don't know if someone's going to steal from your lair or not that turn.
I assume it's one of those everyone turns them over at the same time,
Yes.
and then everything will then fire as one would say.
Yep. You roll a dice, whether if you pillage the village or you're stealing from another dragon, you roll a dice. And that's how much of these nice, pretty little gold tokens you take.
May I?
Yeah. If you roll an odd number,
I was going to say that is very satisfying.
Yep. If you roll an odd number, you also get one of these little treasure cards. Each of these, there are 40 different treasure cards. 30 of them have unique effects. They're all based on various objects from mythology and legends. They all have unique little effects about how they change the game, such as the golden toad
You get to roll 2 dice instead of 1 and choose the result of your choice.
Oh, just tell me there's like a tiny little goblet that a hobbit can steal.
Yeah.
Please make me happy. Thank you.
Yep. And as you play through the game, you play through 10 rounds. Once you get to the end of 10 rounds, the dragon with the most gold wins, except whenever you pillage gold from the village, you also gain threat and become more scary to the villagers. At the end of 10 rounds, the village hires a knight, and the dragon with the most threat gets slain and can't win the game.
Oh my god, there's a game I used to play called Cleopatra and the Society of Architects. It's very similar, where the person who comes in, quote unquote, first, actually comes in last. Oh, that's great. I love that.
And so that helps kind of add pressure to make sure that you're also thinking about stealing from the other dragons more. And helps
because every time you steal from the village...
Yes. Whenever you pillage the village, your threat increases. Whenever you steal from another dragon, your threat stays the same because the villagers still see you flying around, but you didn't attack them. And whenever you protect your lair, your threat decreases by 1 because the villagers didn't see you.
Because I think you're either asleep or gone.
Yeah.
Do any of the cards either raise the threat of other dragons or lower yours independently?
Yes, there are some treasure cards in here that will lower your threat. There are others in here that will, whatever threat you generate that turn, I believe it's called the dragon costume. Whatever threat you generate that turn,
so late in the
choosing.
game, if I'm tied with another dragon, I could put on the dragon costume and add to their threats.
Yes.
Ensuring hopefully that they have the most threat on
Give
them.
all the threat you generate this turn to a dragon of your choosing.
That is fantastic.
So, how many players and how long to get through a game?
It's anywhere from 2 to 6 players, and I have on 30 minutes. That's really just your first time, but it's going to take 30 minutes. Once you know how to play the game and you've played the game once or twice and you're familiar with the rules, it'll actually probably only be about 15 minutes. The design intention was like, if you're, pre-gaming before you go out for the night, or you're at a party and it's winding down and you just want to get any situation where, hey, let's get a quick game in. You can just kind of break this box out.
These are the kind of games I love because
oh yeah, absolutely.
Spending 3 and 4 hours reading the directions, that's not fun anymore.
Yeah, and also just in case reading instructions isn't your thing, you can scan this QR code right here. And Becca Scott from the Good Times Society did a how to play a video for us.
Oh, you see, that's the thing, is that my job is to read the rules. It's my job also to explain them to her to make sure that we can actually do demos and whatnot. So I'll take the rule book, please. Yes, thank you. Okay, and just last question. What would you say is probably like the optimum number of people? Like, when does a game break and become really, really compelling? Is that like 3, 4, or is all 6 like the ideal setup?
Probably about 3 to 4 is your ideal. Probably 4 is your ideal.
Okay.
3 and 5 are still in that really good ideal range. At 6, you're starting to see a little bit of maybe there's too many options to choose to steal from. And at 2, it's still at 2. It kind of becomes like a.
Well, yeah. There's only one person you can steal from, so.
So it becomes a lot more of a one-on-one versus match.
Oh, makes sense. Okay, that's why we asked. We need to make sure we wrangle our third person when we demo this. Awesome-tastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Pillage the Village. The aesthetics are doing a lot of heavy lifting on that one. I like it. It sounds really good.
Got any questions you want to know about the game, just let me know.
Please give us a spiel of your, looks like dicey devices, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yep. Looking about October for the Kickstarter. It's a game where everyone's a mad scientist, but there can only be one in this town. So it's up to you to use your laboratory, your robots, and your trusty assistant Igor to build and upgrade your doomsday weapon to incapacitate others before they incapacitate you. Don't worry, there's no player elimination. If you do get hit, your character card flips over and Igor comes to revive you, losing Igor's ability and the ability to shoot at other players. Otherwise, you do all your normal turns, where you're rolling dice and activating sectors in your lab, gaining resources and activating devices to do area control out in the center board. After you roll for your lab, you take what you roll and activate the sectors. Whoever is dominant can choose either buy the device or gain scrap and bring that back to their lab for further engine building. After collection, now you can send your robots out to the scrapyard, with your goal being set collecting colors. Once you get your first set of colors, you can start shooting out of the players. The more sets you have, the more powerful your shots are, and the more times you're shooting. Your goal is to keep everyone down while you're up and running. There's a lot more to this game, like Igor blueprints, sector modifiers, death ray modules, advanced cards, augments out here. I go on all day, but if you want to know more, just let me know.
No, that is actually the spiel we're looking for.
You have it like down. You're
Yeah,
ready.
no kidding.
Thank you.
So that being said, minimum number, maximum number of players.
Minimum number is 1. We do have a solo where there is a story aspect and a versing the other scientist aspects.
I say
We do
freaking love that.
Thank you. And up to 4 players.
Okay. For your first time playing, rough time frame.
Rough time frame, first time playing, I'm going to say 1 hour 40, especially if you're engaging any learning aspects, might hit 2.
Okay.
Depending on how good that teacher is.
Yeah. Whoa, put the pressure on me. Okay. For a seasoned player, ballpark, what's a normal game take once we're on like our 4th or 5th time around?
Funny enough, it scales weirdly. So 1 hour 20, 1 hour 30, but sometimes if you're really good, you can keep it going longer. Because there's a lot of dice mitigation, especially with banking your dice. So when you bank a dice, you can use that value to add to a die, to a total value, or replace the face of the dice. So if you strategize well, you might push it back up to an hour 40.
I was going to say it's going to become a war of attrition. Try and tire out your opponent.
So since there's a lot here, I'm going to recommend you kind of like pan through and get a good look at everything.
And if you do really want that shorter game, a 2-player game, it can end as quick as 35 minutes. And then these death ray modules, every time you gain a shot, you get one of these. And if you use these well, you can get that game and get to the collection a lot easier. But these are going to be push your luck. So depending on how that goes. But yeah, there's a lot of dice mitigation in this game.
You can zoom in from there. That's what I was trying to show you. If you want to get a closer look at some of those.
Yeah, feel
Without
free.
having to like bend over.
I remember if you guys were at Gamma Expo.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember those pieces in particular.
One step up. We're waiting to get our media copies now. So.
Yeah, I was going to say the old timey death ray is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. I really like it.
Yep.
It kind of just draws you in.
Does the direction matter?
So we tell you in the rule sheet, point it to someone you want to shoot.
That's kind of cool.
That way there's a little, we like tactiles.
I was gonna say it's not like it's an actual game mechanic, it's a satisfaction mechanic.
Right.
Yes.
But that's important.
There's Igor, there's the Death Ray. Is there different character meeples? Is there like a mini meeple for my play?
This is going to be your character card, and that's who you are. And then how you work and design your lab kind of tells something about yourself as well.
Okay.
So you start off with a prototype card that you actually upgrade throughout the game. You do have a starter deck, so how, the deck you choose as well. And then again, how you play the game. If you're working towards a blueprint, you can really strategize of kind of how mad you are.
How angry or how insane?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
All of the above.
Wonderful. Okay, you said Kickstarter in October?
Yep, that's what we're looking at.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Do you want to take any material with
Would
you?
love to. Thank you so much. And I see a QR code on there, so anybody who has the chance.
Yep, and it'll take you to our landing page, and then if you are on a newsletter, you will get a nice little Wild Fool card. That's a special card whenever you back it. So that one's not foil yet, but the Wild's really cool because you can choose which color it is on the beginning of your turn. So depending on your strategy and what you're trying to do.
Oh, fun.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Again,
I
thank you so
appreciate y'all.
much.
Thank you. Do you have a card by any chance?
Yes.
He does.
I'd love to look in to see what y'all are doing.
Not a problem.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful con.
I gave you too much.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay.
Hey, hello. You found me.
Hello again.
How's it going?
Not too bad. How are we doing in here?
Doing well, doing well.
Okay. Give us, please, what you can, the spiel on your Shuffle Dungeons.
Would you like to? Sure. So Shuffle Dungeons is a wonderful cooperative kind of dungeon crawler game where you're working together to find equipment, find special items to power yourselves up and try to join together until you come to the center and fight the boss. All along the way, every card in the game is two-sided, so you'll see you can use things as equipment to equip to your characters or consumables, or as a room to play on the board. So every time you play the game, it's going to be a completely different experience than the last time. Along the way, you might find monsters that are hoarding loot from the deck as well. Yeah, ultimately you try to come together, fight the boss, and see if you win or lose.
Okay, so it is cooperative.
It is.
Okay, and it's not like the boss is defeated and somebody is the winner. It's the objective.
The objective is the boss.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm definitely some Suro vibes from this. Just the idea of laying out a path to travel. I love the idea that the cards are there we go. That the cards have more than one function in there.
You can choose how to use the card on your turn. However,
bosses are modular for the number of players. So if you have 4 players, you'd have a boss like this. If you have 3 players, you can put out a boss like that.
Now, are there multiple bosses? Or?
There are. Yep. So there's, I think, for the base game minus stretch goals, we have 3 bosses per amount of players that you can shuffle randomly, so you don't know exactly who you're up against until you get there.
Now, are you guys on Kickstarter at the moment?
We are prepping. It is not launched yet, but we're kind of hoping to use this as a springboard for when our Kickstarter launches. We're thinking around probably mid-July, but we're good at keeping people in the loop as far as how things are going. We also have a Discord. I don't think we have a link to that anywhere. I'm sure you can find it through our website or something.
Now, I'm sure
if you use it.
Now, with the way you guys were describing it, this does have a solo mode?
Yes.
Okay.
So our solo mode is you get to play with 2 players, but there are also variations on the game you can play as far as how it works. We have, I don't think the tokens out, but the way you can lose is if your deck runs out and you need to draw another card, then you're done. But there's variations to make it more difficult.
Okay, so it keeps you basically from running around in a circle
and just
trying
doing,
to.
Yeah, like whatever you choose.
No, because that's an important mechanic. It's one of those. Yeah, because it's cooperative. It's one of those. If we go in too quickly, then
yes.
Yeah.
Like if you just bull rush the boss right away, you would get slaughtered.
Yes. You won't be powerful enough, and if you take your time, you'll run out of cards.
Yeah, exactly. So I like there is a timing mechanic to it, even though it's not an actual 1 hour only time limit. Very nice. How long would you expect a standard game to take, roughly?
Depends on the number of players.
But I'd say roughly about 1 hour. Let's say, like, once you learn how to play things, you can do it 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, because we were going for a very mid-complexity, mid-length game. You have a lot of the quick party games, a lot of the very in-depth long games, so we were trying to hit more of that niche for our first game out there.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, gentlemen. So, kickstarting somewhere in, kickstarting sometime probably in July. So it looks like Zero Strategy Games.
Zero Strategy Games.
Normally I would find that name concerning, but I'm guessing it's ironic.
It is. It is a little tongue-in-cheek. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll get that in there one more time. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Best of luck to you, and we will do our best to be around. We assume you guys have a booth here somewhere,
yes,
right?
10-12.
Okay. You get a card?
What's your favorite evolution for both of you?
My favorite? Sylveon, absolutely.
Okay, nice choice, good choice.
So Jolteon was my first.
Okay.
So it would always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But you do evolve your Sylveon with love because it's your best friend.
That's true.
So
That's true.
there is something very special about my Sylveon. So
that's awesome.
Thank you so much for your time.
So good meeting you guys.
You too.
The question is, rather have.
Okay.
It's definitely not
Metro Runner. It looks like they're in the middle of something right now. I think I mentioned earlier. There's a
table right there. That's looking a little...
Yep, it looks a little empty. Let's go sneak, sneak, sneak. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hi. Hello there. What all do we have going on here?
That was 2 in a row. No, gaming trim. 2 in a row.
Hi. Hi. Start Here role-playing game.
Yes. So, I used to write Dungeons and Dragons full time. That was my
Wonderful.
And I mean, a special guest. But,
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm actually noticing that on your badge.
Yes. So over the last several years, I've gotten kind of tired of the thick, expensive books that give you homework before you can even play.
I call it homework the game.
And so I thought there should be something easier, so I wrote it. And I separated it into 3 books. One is a beginner's book for complete beginners to pick it up and learn the game. And then the second one is for experienced players who want to teach new players. And then the third one is a campaign sampler that has Serpents and Strongholds for fantasy, Star X for science fiction, Wizards and Wranglers as the Wild West with magic and elves and dragons, and Zombiesaurus Rex as the modern day apocalyptic setting.
I did hear Wizards and Wranglers.
Wizards and Wranglers.
I love everything about this.
Well, I was involved a little bit in Deadlands as well, so my other.
I mean, it's an aesthetic, right?
Yes. And so Zombiesaurus Rex, scientists decided to resurrect zombies, resurrect dinosaurs. They used a modified zombie virus. Something went wrong. I don't know who could have predicted that. But they were able to put in a backdoor so that you can fight zombies and dinosaurs and zombie dinosaurs with music. So, that is it. There's one basic rule to the game. It's when you take an action, you make an action roll. You roll the die, and you add the ability score appropriate for the action. The number you're trying to beat is the other side's target number, which is usually 10 plus their ability score. And that's 75% of the rules right there.
So, yeah, as I say, it sounds like the idea is literally start here.
Yes.
Get a nice basic game to introduce somebody to the art of role-playing games without like she said, without making it homework the game.
Yes, exactly.
Is that your card right there? I'd love to snatch one.
This is Jessica's card. She is our sales, marketing, and business director.
Okay.
That is definitely who we want to talk to.
These are our covers. Todd Lockwood did the box cover. Our main artist, Rob Carlos, did the first 2 books. And the 3rd book is L'Oreal.
Wonderful.
Very well.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for stopping by.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Not too bad. We'll try and meander over here.
The little kitty meatball. On top of
Oh my gosh, look at him!
That's actually Tam's cat. They have names.
Oh! Parfait tapioca. That is so cute.
I wanted to show you. Would you like me to tell you about
Yes,
it?
please.
You to tell me about this.
Can we, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It was a great
What?
one until you.
So I'm trying to get shots of our box art.
This is Floristry.
Floristry.
It's going to have a worldwide release in the spring of 25.
I'm sorry, on when?
A worldwide release in the spring of 2025.
Spring of 25.
It's a 2-player game where you're trying to build the most charming display in your window shop, of your floral shop.
So is it a 2-player game where you are essentially competing florists?
Yes.
Love it.
So at the end of the game, you're going to score your largest patch of each flower. So the green here is 4. So that would be 1 point.
Okay.
The lilies here, there's 6 of them, 3 points.
Got it.
And you'll score using your cat token. And at the end, whoever has the most points wins.
Oh yeah, we've been getting very big into the flower games. We recently found out about like the tulip bubble and whatnot. Oh yes.
And every round, if you want to put your finger on this, I'll put it here. When you let go, the clock starts going down. This is a Dutch auction. So every 3 seconds the price drops. And when you think you have a bargain, you can buy for that price. But your opponent is also able to buy. Whoever buys first gets any three of their choice, and the other player gets one.
The leftover.
And you do 10 rounds of that, and whoever has the most points at the end wins.
I'm going to assume that obviously you run out of money, so you can't just keep front-loading yourself.
At the end of the game, we also score the money. So whoever has the most money will get some points based on how much difference there is in the players.
So
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so yeah, front-loading yourself isn't necessarily a winning strategy.
Yeah, just spending all your money is going to cost you some points.
Okay. Now, is there a mechanical way of tracking this? I'm sorry. Is there an analog way of tracking this, or is the app going to be required?
This is required.
Okay.
It is not an app, it's a web app, so you just scan it like a menu and then you put it on your home screen and you do not need the internet.
Oh, awesome.
So it's just there and you have it.
And it's very, very small.
Yeah. The very early play tests we did without an app, of course, and there was a lot of paper and calculations, and we're not going to put people through that.
Oh no, and again, like I said, that wasn't supposed to be down, so I was just checking that is going to be required if we're going to be playing it. So, roughly how long will you said it's obviously 2 only, no solo option?
Correct.
Okay, how long will a typical 2-player game take if we've played a round or two and we at least have an idea of how the mechanics work?
15-20 minutes.
Nice.
And the MSRP is going to be $24.99.
Yeah, let's say we're getting to all of our sweet spots. We're going to assume that you guys will be here, right?
And it's got Kit Kats.
You guys will have a booth here, right?
This is going to be distributed by Asmodee, so all of the places where Asmodee has a booth, we will be there.
So really quick, Asmodee or Asmodee? Two E's at the end or an I at the end?
2 E's at the end.
Okay, Asmodee. Okay.
Asmodee. And I don't think they're here at this one, but this is a Spring 25 release.
Yep, no, that's fine.
So
Again, we are here for info.
They'll be at Gen Con, they'll be at Essen, they'll be at PAX Unplugged. And
As far as I'm concerned, you've already won Best Meeples at this whole showcase here.
So the white one is parfait.
And this is tapioca.
Yeah, and the looks like a calico, I think.
You'd have to ask Tim. It's his cat.
He just showed me a picture on his phone.
Oh my god.
And we're going to have a promo pack for local game stores that's going to be puppies.
Oh. While clearly not as good as cats are still wonderful.
He's a cat person. I'm out of here.
That's good. Hey, we have cats and dogs.
I had cats growing up, and Tam has a cat.
Yeah, I've had both.
Nothing wrong with cats.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Look forward to seeing it. Spring 25.
Love your hats.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm not going to lie, I'm looking really forward to Pirates of the High Teas, though it does look like there's people there right now. So let's see if there's another empty spot we might be able to... oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Give me a blue 5. Yes, and go, wait, what? Yeah. But when we do, the ultimate match is going to draw 2 cards from the deck. You look at both of them, decide which one you want, put the other one into the ultimate hand.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were there for that demo. So please tell us all about the Zoomies game.
Absolutely. So with Zoomies, you're a dog walker, and you've taken your dogs to the dog park. And so on your turn, you have 2 tiles, and those are your dogs. And what you do is you place them somewhere where one side matches. So even though this doesn't match up, it matches here, so it's a valid placement. Same if I...
Now, is this a color match, an emblem match, a dog breed match? Okay, so breed match, got it.
The backgrounds are also the same. So.
Okay, well, I was seeing the paws and the bones, and I wasn't quite sure.
Yes, that's what And then after you place your tile, you're going to place one of your scoring tiles.
Yes.
And there are 2 different types, and they're double-sided, so as you're playing your scoring, you kind of customize it, because choosing one is a limited If I play this, I would be leader of the pack. I'm going to get 1 point for every dog in that pack. I actually would be able to do it there.
Right. I can't use their name and everything.
But I can, you know, if I play this one here, there's not a leader backpack, so I can you can also play bones. If I use that, I'm going to get 2 points for every bone, so it's 2, 4, 6. And then there's also zoomies. If I play zoomies,
Bless you.
thank you. Then I'm going to get ladder scoring for that. I'll use this as an example. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens with zoomies on them. So that means I'm going to get 10 points for that. It didn't used to be. The maximum is 15.
So if you can link 5 Zoomy dogs together.
Yes, exactly. And then the other cool thing with zoomies is if you play zoomies, not only do you get ladder scoring, you get to play your other token. So I can play this here and increase my bone, well, I don't have bones, but increase my leader of the pack. And then at the end of your turn, you draw 2 tokens. And this next player's turn. There's another scoring, it's friends. If you play friends, your pack is friends with whatever this arrow is pointing to. So the Huskies are friends with these chihuahuas, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8 points.
What does this one not count?
Yes, you got it. That one isn't adjacent to this group. So that's what you're going for. Let me use an example over here. If I had this pack is friends with blends, so I'm going to get 2 points every time a husky in this pack is adjacent to a poodle. So this would be 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay, adjacent to the pack. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I got it now. I'm seeing 4 different colors, so 4 players.
That's right, 4 players. Yeah, 2 to 4 players, and everyone gets 8 turns. As soon as the last one comes into play, that's the end of the
6. What's my hand size?
Okay.
Can you get some zoom in of the art?
And then I get new cards.
I'm gonna try. The zoom feature is being extra sensitive this evening. Oh, is that a greyhound over there?
Yeah,
yes, but you only pass if you don't have a legal play.
They're all
if you have must play illegal. Yes, even if it's expensive and costs 2 cards to get 1 off the board, all that stuff.
They're all good dogs.
Yeah, otherwise this is a big.
Roughly how long would a normal game take?
Hands up, both of those is like a shared area too. I mean, this is a shared area. We
Okay, 20 to 30. Awesome, fantastic.
It's a shared area. Yep, exactly. And that's what.
Okay. Any other questions, my darling?
no, you had to run through most of them, but it looks so cute. Yeah, it's $24.95 and it comes out.
You have to trade me something back.
It'll be late August.
Okay, and do you guys have a booth here at Origins?
Sorry, bad example, but if I didn't, it'd end up.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Here's Kitty Kitty.
It's. I was gonna say no. The problem is really I'm barely here. Oh.
So yeah, we're 16, 14. We'll have an ultra match out there, but since this is events only, we have this copy and another handmade copy for the event.
You get 13 cards, a 6-row pyramid, and there is
okay. Obviously, he's in the middle of a spiel over there. Can you give us the very basics on Ultimatch over there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm saying that. Just like solitaire. Yes. You can go away playing solitaire. It's a really fun solitaire game. I actually think maybe one of its strongest
with Ultimatch, it's a cooperative card game. Everyone is working together to clear all of the cards in that pyramid off the table. And the way you do that is by making matches to the ones that are face up. You'll have a hand of 4 or so, 3 or 4, depending on how many players you have. And then everyone has access to these public cards. They call it the Alta hand. And so you can make matches just by color. So that would make a match, and I can remove that. You can also make a match by number, so a 3 to a 3. And those are going to be your most common matches. But you want to try to match color and number which you need 2 cards for, because each card in the deck is unique. It's numbers 1 through 8 in 6 different colors.
I was gonna say, I'm seeing it over here that you've got the red and yellow to make it an orange card.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
That's an Ultimatch because the primary colors make that secondary color, and the 3 plus 1 is a 4.
Exactly. Hi, Paul. It sounds to me like you have somehow managed to make a cooperative Uno, which is inherently going to make it far more fun.
Exactly. That's exactly what we.
Well, again, I've always been a big fan of color matching, so.
Yeah.
The last one is zooms.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
You have to put it all down, running with the zooms up.
It's fun because at the beginning of your turn you get to trade, but you can't. It's hidden information. You can't talk about your hand. You just have to slide a card over and suggest that maybe it would be a wise idea to take my trade.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm always a big fan of cooperative games just because there aren't that many of them out there. And again, you guys already have Castle Panic, which is one of my favorite games. So I'm really enjoying the idea here. So now, is Ultimatch out yet?
Yes. It hit the warehouse last Thursday, and so it's
very new.
It's very new. Yeah.
Okay. And Ultimatch, how many players and what rough time frame?
It plays 1 to 5 players, and it's about a 20-minute game. And it plays 10 and up, and it's a $9.95. So it's a very inexpensive.
Yeah. I am noticing the cheats here. I've mentioned blue and red and blue and yellow. So for those who haven't quite gone through the color wheel yet, or if you just have that moment of, dang it, what makes orange?
Exactly. We have so many people that are like, I'm blanking. It's been so long since elementary school. Yeah, I haven't needed that information. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will meander a bit more, and we hope to see you at your booth later in the show.
Oh, great. I look forward to it.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
My dear, do you want to see?
We're good, but okay. Oops. Okay, what have we here? Is this something you're interested in?
You want to check it out?
I will say. I'll say I'm seeing lots of miniatures and complicated, so it might not be part of our usual rapport, but let's give it a chance.
How you guys doing?
Good, thank you. Okay, so we have. I'm going to get this right.
Magnetera.
Yes, Magnetera.
She is going to get it right. Magnetera. Okay.
So the opposite of the game is to attract the magnets from the top of the pillars, and whoever attracts the highest magnet first wins the game. But when you start the game, you're not magnetically strong enough to attract the highest magnets, so you first travel across the board to do smaller pillars, and when you get close, a magnet jumps to your figurine.
Okay. Can we please see that again? Because
see that again.
Yeah, I want to make sure we're there.
Let me get the backup camera going.
Interesting.
And as you stack magnets, one of the properties of magnets is they grow in their magnetic power as if they're the bigger magnet collectively. And
so because you're essentially, what's the term I'm looking for? You're
summing the magnetic power.
Yeah, exactly. You're building on each one.
And so eventually you'll be able to attract the magnets from the.
So the idea is going to be that eventually this guy here, it's kind of hard to tell on the screen right now, but the big towers are over here. So the idea is that you can get that over there, and the magnetic pull with your big stack of magnets is going to be strong enough to pull that off of it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Can you do that one more time so I can get a really close shot? I'm sorry to put you to work.
No, that's what I'm here to do.
That is so cool.
I will admit that games these days really do need a certain level of, unique selling point, the USP. That is a really creative one. I like that a lot.
You're a mage warrior in the game, so the magnets in the game are really a way of growing your magic. And you battle each other, and you can steal magnets from each other, and there's a lot of back and forth. You're never out of the game. Even if you lose your health, you lose half of your magnets to the person who defeated you. But then you can respawn from the outside of the board on your next turn. And there's lots of spells that you can learn, and the underdog is never really out of the game. And so it's a really fun sort of back and forth.
So-
what's the gameplay time?
It's about an hour for a 2-player game, and it's about 90 minutes to 2 hours for a 4-player.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm noticing 4 character cards, so up to 4 players?
2 to 4 players.
Okay. Is this game out yet?
No, it's heading towards Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, when do you plan on having it on Kickstarter?
October.
Kickstarter in October. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That is it. Yeah. Again, great USP. Good job.
Never know what you're
Good
gonna see
job.
when you come to these things. I'm like, I was not expecting magnet for paintball stuff.
So again, well done.
Thank you
so much for your time.
Sure. Thanks for stopping by.
Magnetera. I really wanted to say Magnetera, but or Magnetera. Okay. Again, I am bound and determined to get over to that Pirate Tea game later, but okay. We still have some time, so.
It's so easy to jump into. It's a fountain. Sarah was like, earlier I was looking for you, Sarah was like, you must be sitting down, because if you were standing up, we would see you.
You get to be making eye contact. I actually, Ryan texted me back. He was like, what?
Oh yeah, Sarah told me. I've never.
Oh, I didn't hear the
I didn't know about that.
There's a Grand Blue Fantasy
I did
demos out.
I was like, this
Looks like 2 different versions. Expandable battle game.
We were at Anime Central.
Terrain. I'm guessing if one has played Grand Blue Fantasy, this will make a bit more sense. But okay, where haven't we been? And where has room right now?
Yeah. It's not a chibi, and it's not like a superhero sharp. It gives us kind of that pirate feel. You'll see that actually all of our characters have an animal as well. So that kind of gives it that.
Try and stop back for this in a little bit.
Like original from kids, like kids or grandma, you know. So that's cool.
Good thing you have that head. I almost lost it.
What have we here? Foam Brain. Foam Brain is an excellent place for all of your gaming needs.
Oh, it's Foam Brain.
Yeah.
I caught on to that later than you, I guess.
Hey, how are you all doing today? I love the hat.
Please take a.
Oh, I promise we are so well acquainted.
So that is the Emergency V20, the 1 year severed.
Oh! But I'm so tempted. So, do I scratch it off now? Oh, but then I can't use it in an emergency. Good for one use only.
He's a 1 use 20-sided die.
That is pretty awesome. I like that.
Class-based dice bag.
Talk me through the RPG date.
Okay. Looks like a D&D advent calendar back there. So this looks to be primarily accessories.
Here, it's a frantic one where you are grabbing dice just like everyone else is, where you chuck dice into a pool and then you're plucking them, Galaxy Trucker style, where I'm grabbing this, but you might also need that red 5. So here, like, pretending we're doing it, like, oh, here's Joey Jojo over here, oh no, and like you're grabbing dice like that. Okay, so I grab this die, and I'm trying to complete my customers. These customers are hangry, they're interested in getting the customer their meal served, or else they'll get ticked off and you're literally ticking them off for less points. You're doing an order up system where you're trying to get customers with specific numbers in an order equal to or higher value to produce customers. So this would not work, but this could. So, oh shoot, I need to put this somewhere else. Or I can go to the board and I can do some things where I can re-roll it, or I can change its color, or I can chop it. And so this 5 could be a 4-1, for example, right? That's fun. Use all the tools you have. What's really sick is you can, once you complete this, so let's pretend this was a 5. Great, you got your customer done. they hype up the frog ribbits, and you get this X, and you can go to another customer and you can X, right? You can X another white ingredient, or in this customer, the dino, 3 greens. Holy crap, I'm popping off, right? So you get these customers, you curate your customer queue, you pop off with these dice combos. I'm talking to all of you. Oh my gosh, look at those hats. I'm distracted. Sorry.
We have that effect on people.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Anyways, and then your customers kind of like go into another queue. But what's awesome is like, so these are just like pop-off abilities, but these are also your favorites. You can go up these tracks, kind of classic roll and write faction, or you can kind of do it more family-friendly, where you're taking a bite out of a broccoli or a pepper. And so these things can kind of give you some instant rewards as well. So you can like choose your path here, or you can get the ones that the customers hype about. Yeah, it's like a 4 or 5 round game, 35-minute game. 35-minute game going on Kickstarter later this year. Would love your support. Oh, you're filming, or you're just not doing anything.
Oh no, we're here.
Yeah. So
you're doing.
I don't know what else to say. If you have any questions, let me know. Megan and or No Name and Jessica. Sorry, nice to meet you. Stephanie. Oh, you guys are with Game Flames.
Yes.
That's fun. I'm sorry. I've never heard of you guys. So like,
that's okay.
Tell me about yourself.
I've got ribbons. Would you like a ribbon?
Love ribbon. Ribbon me up. Ribbon me.
Okay, so sorry. I thought you got to
give me what's up, Game Flames? Where are you guys from?
Here.
Yeah,
Here.
we're from about an hour south of here. Yeah, we do full game demos primarily. That's our specialty area.
Game demos.
Yeah. We do like the whole game, so people who don't understand the directions like me can still play and figure out how to play.
I love that.
Yeah, my job is to read the directions and be able to convey them in a way that she will understand, because she is the representative of all the people that don't like reading rules.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So,
I can't
raise your hand.
process
That's
it
amazing.
on the paper. Like, I can't. And he has to explain it to
Do you
me.
guys travel the country? Because we would hire your services on a Friday night.
I've actually got 20 years of doing board game demos at conventions.
Yeah, I have worked for assorted companies going through here, but now we're in business for ourselves.
Yeah. Same disease.
I get that face. Like, I have that face some days.
Yeah, so I started the pitch, my friend Jessica, but if you're at all interested in hearing more about it, I would love to see your support. We have this little tearaway thing where you stab the spoke here, or you can grab one of our Kickstarter business cards and scan the QR code or something.
I will say that is actually one of the more interesting mailing list pieces I've seen.
Hey.
And I really like the whole.
Do the zoom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, say too much.
Yeah, too much zoom.
But I love that. Then you have the little @ symbol, and your favorite animal customer in this game would be. Yeah, and the fact that it goes on the little short order spoke there.
Yeah.
Just making sure that nobody impales themselves on it.
Oh, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah. For half a second there, I thought, oh, that's got to be an accessory to the game. And I thought, no, there is too much liability there.
Yeah. I'd be sick if it was. Yeah.
So it's to me at least, it's vaguely reminiscent of a game we tried last year called Cryptid Cafe, where it was trying to satisfy your cryptid customers. The dice is new though.
Nice.
And the fact you have like a little pen in here, but these are all dry erase. So again, I think it's more like the premise is there that you are serving customers and their adorable little animals.
Yes.
So I saw 1 to 5 players, and you said going on Kickstarter later this year?
Yep.
Okay. Give us the extraordinarily basics for those who came in recently.
Oh, yeah. Chicken fried dice. 1 to 5 players, 30 minutes. You've heard this. It was nice meeting you.
Yes.
And reset. Chicken fried dice, 1 to 5 players, 30 minutes or so, where you are rolling and writing. However, you are chucking and plucking in this game. For one at a time, you're grabbing dice and using them Galaxy Trucker style. But you're not alone. You're competing food trucks with other food trucks. So everyone's plucking dice at the exact same time. And so you just use this dice, you grab this dice, you use this dice, just like that, pop off customers, and you can chain complete customers, break the combo pattern, where you're doing an order up system where you're writing in values lowest to highest, and you don't want to delay because they're going to get hangry and actually will get ticked off and at the end of every run, any customer still in your queue, you will take them off literally, so they'll get less points at the course of the game. This is you can combo a bunch. You can even have friends here with help you with free ingredients. You can grab this dice and chop it into a 4/1. You can change its color. You can re-roll its value. But you only have a little bit of runways. You got to use your tools to the best of your ability to be ultimate. I don't know. Ultimate chicken frying of dice.
So you are a food truck operator competing with other food trucks to serve customers before they get ticked off and leave, and you do it by grabbing dice from the center area, and they will assign the dice will assign values to, if I'm understanding correctly, certain ingredients. Certain customers want certain ingredients in their food. Am I following that correctly?
Hired, because I am missing the point. You asked me a question, and I kind of started teaching. I need to give the summary. That you gave the perfect summary. Can you send me that video?
Well, currently we
absolutely send you the link. Did you already get a card?
Yes.
Then I probably stuff it in my pocket.
So cool. I don't know if you guys are interested in hearing more about the project. I could keep saying more and more about it.
I am literally on 11% battery right now, so I'm trying to hit the remainder.
But do you have a booth that can stop by?
Yeah, we are at 1649, just like 100 feet that way.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Oh my gosh. Dear, did you see this one? I know what somebody's getting for Christmas this year.
Alright, you're gonna have to let me in here because you know me. Love my boots. It's three-dimensional.
I gotta say, I love this whole thing. It's tiered, which means I'm guessing the basic mechanics are the same, but the tiers are gonna change everything. This is so cute.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
Okay, I cannot wait to try these out. Oh, hello! I believe we have met a few times now, but so
what may I tell you about?
As I stated to the gentleman behind us, we are on 11% battery right now, so we are going for the ultra fast. So we see a new boop. We already have boop and woo. But
so this now provides a new winning and losing scenario. You can win naughty by knocking their ornaments off of the tree, or you can win nice by lining up 3 of your cats in a row to win.
How dastardly!
Indeed, it is much more challenging.
The fact that it has a height element to it really was giving me that impression.
Yes.
I grew up on vinyl. My dad still has most of his vinyl collection, so hit me up on hi-fi really quick.
Okay, back in the 1970s, the hottest band in the world were the Meeples. They broke up over creative differences without finishing their pivotal album. And now, 50 years later, they are back, and we are the producers trying to re-record this B-side album. You're in the studio, so you're referencing the album. This is your action selector for the game. Then you're in the studio mixing down tracks of these audio cards, trying to get matches. It's a pattern matching game, and scoring points as you're building the soundtracks.
Fantastic. And again, there are certain games where the aesthetics can do a lot of heavy lifting. The premise alone has drawn me in. That's wonderful. Okay, Boom Patrol seems to have all kinds of adorable cats fighting rhinoceroses and tanks.
Boom Patrol is, imagine Mario Kart meets Atari Tank Battle. This is a celebrity tank sport with animal captains. And they are driving around for gold, glory, they're crushing buildings, they're blowing up tanks and having a blast doing it.
Blast.
And the movement system is very simple, so when you play a card, if you want to move forward, you're going to just go green to green, advance, rear to rear, then you just move forward. Same kind of thing if you're going to veer right, front to front, and now you've executed your turn. So very intuitive systems, and it's all fudge factor and fun.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, these are games that have already existed.
This is launching here at the show.
Okay,
as is this game is Killer.
We are extensive today, aren't we?
Yes. So this game is Killer. Essentially, is a 10-minute version of the movie Alien as a party game. People are dying left and right, and it's very amusing.
For the alien, I'm sure. I might take it a bit personally.
Well, you might. And I'm sorry we vented you into space.
Oh, was I acting a bit too sus? Is that the problem?
Whereas Adventure Party it's a party game, it's a guessing game, but it delivers a role-playing experience. That doesn't make sense, I know.
Oh no! That's the thing. As I've said to numerous people so far, you had my interest, but now you have my attention.
Aha. So the GM is going to read this lovely scenario, the adventure hook. The dragon's about to attack. What do you do? Well, as the berserker, I'm going to choose one of my magic items. I'm going to choose the Hammer of Smashiness. I'm going to now describe my plan against the dragon with that weapon. Then I'm going to roll my d20 behind my screen so no one can see what I rolled.
Oh.
And based on how well or poorly I rolled, I'm now going to tell you what actually happened to me.
Oh.
So that you, as the GM, the guest master, can tell me what I rolled.
Interesting.
Everyone gets a shot to be both the guesser as well as the clue giver. And
I can see behind here, I really like that too.
Yep.
Please continue.
So everyone gets to, and you tell a very robust adventure tale, but it's a guessing game, and that's the magic of it. Then, okay, we're going to go to Pickpocket Row. Now, choose a mark on the square, and what you want to steal, tell us how it goes. Or we're going to go back to the inn. After 3 ales, we're challenging each other to feats of skill. What do I challenge you to, and how well does it go?
I'm going to assume something crass, like a belching contest.
Sure.
Why not? Again, as stated, you had my interest, now you definitely have my attention. I am, again, and this one especially is right up our alley. Again, I was going to say, yeah, and again, as much as I have a personal interest in hi-fi and Boom Patrol, I'm guessing these take up a bit more table space, so let's wait till we have the bigger table, but again, this one, oh my gosh, I am looking, we will stop by the booth and we will talk, because I am itching to get this in there, because I love freeform story games, and like I said, this is just right up my alley.
And what's weird is, like, if you tell someone they're about to play a storytelling game, sometimes they're like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm not creative, or I'm not good at that. Like, just give it a try.
And the answer is, it's not a quote-unquote storytelling game where you're being judged on your creativity. It's a clue-giving game where your narrative is helping someone understand the difference between rolling a 13 and a 14. And once they know it's a clue, they're like, oh, I could, all right.
And I'm sure, you can embellish things. You can be very bombastic about it. Of course. But at the end of the day, you're still trying to, everyone wins if you can manage to get them to, you can manage to get them to guess the appropriate number.
That's right.
Fantastic. As always, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing it the rest of the show. But like I said, we are running low. We are in single digits, so
we'll see you on the floor.
Thank you.
I want to get. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're going to try and get over here. I will force my way in if I have to. Is there anything else you are interested in seeing, my darling? Oh, we should probably do that then. Hello again. Oh no, the cookie plate has been stripped clean. There are no cookies left.
End the stream so we can switch cameras.
Okay, guys, we are going to end the stream for just a moment while we switch out cameras. So back in a little bit. I have forgotten how to press stop.
I don't know what you're doing over here. I can't see because you have that filter over your phone. You got a power button up here.